BJ Board Game Gumbo. I've got my guests here, the Beans and Dice crew. I've got Rob and Carlos and Wayne, and we're talking spicy hot games. I'm going to throw one that I bet they have not played, and that's because I'm playing the prototype copy of it, but I've played it almost a half a dozen times now. It is the Sixth Realm. From Final Frontier Games. If that name and that artwork sound familiar, it's because these are the guys that did Merchant's Cove, one of my all-time favorite games, and it's art from the Micho. You've seen the Micho in, everything from the Shim Phillips games to all these other games that he's done. I forgot the one with the all the different cards and the civilizations that is super complicated, but I do enjoy it. And no, I've played 4 times, Mitchell, so far. I'm pretty sure 4 times, 3 as a 2-player, and then 1 finally as a 3-player. It's coming out on Kickstarter tomorrow, if I remember right, and it's designed by some names that are going to make Steve and Berla happy, and that's Matthew Dunstan and Seth Jaffe, the Crusaders, Thy Will Be Done, Carlos, and Drake Villarreal. Drake has done a couple of different games.
Candy. What's the candy game they did?
Who's that?
Dunstan did. He did. Continue.
He did a donuts game or something.
Chocolate Factory, right? Didn't he do Chocolate Factory?
Oh, I think
Dunstan.
So.
Yep.
I think so. I think
Dunstan did Chocolate Factory?
I believe so. Well,
carry
on.
Remember that.
I'm sorry. It's your segment now.
No, that's okay. So that the brand is reminding me it's Imperium Legends, Imperium Classics, and all that. So we got some big name designers, and I've really enjoyed the Sixth Realm. I am enjoying it enough to where I want to explore it more. It is not Merchant's Cove, though. So people that are going into this Kickstarter thinking it's just an extension of Merchant's Cove, it's different. And Berto, this is going to make you happy. For me, it felt like a mashup of Stefan Feld and the Italian designers if they mashed up and had grandkids. That's kind of what this. I don't know how that would work. You go right to maybe they adopted. They adopted and went right to grandparenthood. So Wayne.
All right, you have me intrigued.
I think Wayne is in the chat and he's also in the show. So it's kind of an Inception thing going on.
This is the professionalism you were talking about at the start of the show, wasn't it, Carlos?
That doesn't happen.
Yes.
We have a Wayne.
Let me see if I can find some more about it. So Sixth Realm, let me explain to you real quick. The theme is kind of cool, and I know Rob loves theme. So Rob and Mitchell. So we got to talk about that. It's that same world as Merchant's Cove, but there's this area of the world that's been blocked off by fog and poisonous gas, and it finally dissipates. And we learn that back in the olden days, the sixth races that haven't been getting along actually did get along for a long time. They were prosperous and they were in peace. It's our job to bring all the guilds into this area, the Sixth Realm, and just revitalize this area that has been long dormant. How do we do that? Sort of in an homage to Merchant's Cove. Instead of each player having their own unique player board, you have to teach the game, by learning from this little rule book, which isn't actually as hard as it sounds. I think Merchant's Cove does a good job of doing these multiplayer games where everybody's asymmetrical. The board itself is different. So think Trajan or Marrakesh or one of those where you've got mini games all over the board. You got to learn how each one of those works. And the fun part of the game is over the 3 years, figuring out the best matchup between the 6 guilds that's going to have some kind of synergy. Frankly, it's going to be different every game because the way that the guilds operate, we're going to do it in the course of 6 turns, 6 rounds, basically, where all of us take a turn in whichever guild is active on the board. But that lineup, sort of like in Talatum, where you can do it randomly with the lineup of the different spots. Same thing here. It's random every time, so you never know how the guilds are going to operate. Maybe the one guild that is going to give you the resources you need to do the stuff you want to do in the builders isn't next to it. It comes after it in the next game. So you've got to think, how can I maximize the different mini games? And it's been a struggle for me. I've gotten walloped every game. I mean, absolutely walloped in every game. I'm trying my best, but it is hard for a guy like me to look at this beautiful board with the Micho art and all the different mini games. And I just want I'm sort of like the kid in the candy store. I just want to try everything. I just want to just walk around and try all the different stuff. And that's where I've been struggling on the thing. So I'm really enjoying it. I do want to play it more, but it's not Merchant's Cove, and that's not necessarily a bad thing because it's got the mini games from Stefan Feld, and it's got the combo-liciousness of my favorite Italian designers. So think like Coimbra or Grand Austria Hotel, where in the first part of the game, you're struggling to get something going, or Toledo. That's another good example. You're struggling. Yes, totally. The walloping is not a good thing, Duga. It's a terrible thing. But by that third year, even the second year, even the first year, if you're good at it, not me, but the second and third year, you're putting together combos where you're actually taking 4 or 5 or 6 actions with all the different little free actions. So if that's the kind of games you like, you should at least check out the Sixth Realm. This is not a paid promotion, by the way. It's just it's just they sent me this prototype and I got to send it on. Maybe Tampa wants it. Maybe.
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 Sounds like my kind of game. Yeah.
All right. Any thoughts? Have I destroyed any interest in this game, or have I hyped it up enough? What are we talking about?
The way you describe it sounds like Marrakesh with all the separate games. So it's really just like you have to focus quickly. Right, if you're like you and probably like Carlos, where you're just all over the place, it's just not going to work well, right?
If you don't want to be walloped.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, or a simplified version, it would be Milli Fiori. It sounds like, because again, you got different areas that score different ways, so you got to kind of figure out the little puzzle on where do I want to go, where do I want to be, and how do I want to chain those things together in that area to maximize those points. That it's this is obviously a heavier game, and I enjoy heavier games. I liked Milli Fiori, but this one sounds like it's up my my Euro gamey alley here.
Rob, what if Milli Fiori went to MIT and triple majored in biochemistry, computer engineering, and risk analysis?
Cha-ching.
That would be,
like
it is definitely from that aspect. That's a good analogy. It's like a much deeper, much thinkier version of
Milli
Fiori. Although I don't remember there's a lot of combo wombos in Milli Fiori. It's pretty much play something. And Milli Fiori is also about timing too.
Right.
You've got to hit those spots at the right time. So, but it's a good. I know what you're saying, that all the different areas of the board and how those will combo. You can Milli Fiori, you're going to lose if you try to do everything, right?
Sure.
You just can't do everything, and that's my problem. I just want to do everything in there. So, well, maybe that's why I don't win, Mitchell, because I don't see the combos in it. Maybe that's it. Any other thoughts?
It's description of no combos. That's not how I've heard it described.
If Mitchell taught you Milli Fiori, then maybe there was a couple of rules left out or something.
That answers it. Shots fired.
Steve, what you thought?
This would need to be a try for me, definitely.
Hey, it's a family show, Dave. Let's slow down there. Slow
your
roll.
Yeah.
Duga.
This would have to be a try for me. For what you're describing when you let off with the cross pollination idea, that certainly got there. But then talking about all the different locations, it sounded Trajanish. It sounded like there's going to be a lot to track, and I need to wrap my head around that by sitting at the table with it.
That's why I love the brand. Winning is overrated. It's all about the experience, right?
For sure.
Carlos, you've been quiet.
Yeah, because what I get out of it are some of the games that I don't do well at, but I still enjoy, right? So there are games where I'm doing a lot of things because there are a lot of things on the menu. Whatever you like to do, you can do some of that. You want to try something different? Well, some over here. Go play that, right? And my ADD-ness, I'm just like, oh, let me go over there. Let me check that out.
Squirrel.
Oh, let me check that out. And I don't focus a strategy at the end of the game. I just had fun doing a lot of different things. Hence why I don't think I've ever scored over 70 points in Tapestry until just recently.
Yeah, about last year.
In the last 6 months, I finally scored over 100 points.
Jared's been talking about it many times, that he says the same thing, that if you like Tapestry, you're going to like this kind of game because of the fact that you have to really figure out what's the best parts and smash them together. And I see on BGA these people that score 300, 400, 500 points. I just don't get it. I really don't. I have yet to ever break 200. I've never even come close. So I'm not very good at that.
Yeah, there's a person in our Discord server out of Maryland, and I've played a couple of Tapestry games with him, and I'll score 180 to 220. That's my sweet spot. And he's like 375. I'm like, how did you possibly?
Every time.
Wayne, there's somebody behind you trying to get your attention. Look, I don't know. Is somebody in there?
Nope. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
It's
Hey.
Mitchell.
There's Mitchell back there.
What's up? Son of a Mitch.
Mitchell got lost.
Yeah,
Mitchell.
yes, indeed.
Mitchell, the fifth Beatle, the lost member of the Beans and Dice
There you
crew.
go.
We
Well, you
really
were
just
in,
wanted,
man.
we
with
really
another
wanted to reach
MI,
out and
Mike.
just make sure that you're still alive, Mitchell, and that you're not sleeping with the fishes in Long Island Bay. So
He's
He's been
somewhere in
busy.
he's in Witsec somewhere. So.
I don't understand that reference. I've just been living at the theater pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
been
Mitchell,
busy.
I know you were checking out the Sixth Realm. Any thoughts? Did you get a chance to play it with Jeremy yet? No,
No, I did not. I know you streamed it last week, right?
we did. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's got
yeah.
the copy now, so I wasn't sure if you had a chance to play it.
Yeah, I don't play board games these days. I just go to the theater and then I come home.
And that's it for Mitchell. We'll see you later, Mitchell. No, but any thoughts? Is this a pass play? Something? What do you think on this?
Oh, I'll give anything a try one time before I start bashing it. One time.